Wham bam biscuit man. I'm going to show you how to paint the sky. If lads in ghetto find out I've been painting, then I will be killed. So, got to be very careful. Right. This is how you paint the sky. Right. A nice dramatic sky. Not just any old sky. Right, I think I'm going to start with a bit of this yellow ochre. I think I'll just let that do its own thing and just run down. Right, the yellow ochre. And then, I think, what shall I go now? That's going to... this darkish colour. That's a mixture of blue and a bit of burnt umber in it. What's this? Oh, this one's much more just a blue. It's got a bit of burnt umber in it, but not as much. Stick some of that in. So, I'm just letting it run down, look. I think what I'm going to do, squeeze that brush back out again, rinse my brush out, and just pop in right at the bottom there. And just dip it in some more water, a more watery version of that yellow ochre, and bring that down through there. That's it, that can drip down through there. Something like that. That's looking nice, isn't it? And then I think just sort of let that have a minute. I'm going to spin it round in a minute. Just going to let it have a minute and then spin it round. Right, just dab them drips up at the bottom. Right, spin it round to the way. So, alright, can you see that? Yeah, that's sad. Right, I'm going to go into now some really strong orange colour. Stick that in there. That's a lot. And then some really dark sort of black colour. Well, mix that blue and orange. I've dipped my brush in straight in, and I'm mixing that blue and orange. It's giving me like almost a black colour. Yeah, stick that in, and then let's stick that dark blue colour in and all. Oh, that's even better. There, let's try that. That's nice. That's dripped a bit too much. Let me just take some of them drips out. I'll let it drip back again in a minute. Yeah, let's do that. Let's let it drip back to the way again. There. And then I'll just dab that. In fact, you know what? While that's about halfway across, I'm going to turn it up that way. Where'd you go? Right. So then I'll spin it back round again in a minute. There we are. That way. Let that drip down. And then back that way. Like that, I'll go on an angle like that. So it's just letting it all drip round and do its own thing. Right, tell you what I'm going to do. Just going to get that bit there. Just that bit there. There. That's it. While it's at that angle, I'm tempted to pop in a bit more yellow ochre. Just in some of these bottom bits. Yeah, that's nice. There, and spin it that way, take a bit of that colour out. See, that's not bad at that. And then just flowing around. Do a bit of that. This is how you get your most naturalist skies out of watercolour. Oh, look. Like that, I get that to there. I'll dry it in a minute. That'll be perfect sky, I reckon. You can, if you want, you could put some, dab some clads in. In fact, I might do some. Get a clean bit of, could dab some clads in there if I wanted to. If it'll work. Might have soaked in a bit too much because this is cartridge paper. It soaks in quite strong. Oh, right. Let's try some clads in here. Oh, that looks nice. Oh yeah, it's right, isn't it? Like that, and let's have another one. Like that. Like that. Looks quite nice. And then, something in there perhaps. Dabbing some of that up. That's not looking bad, is it? Let's give that a gentle. Yeah, let's leave that at that and give that a gentle dry now. Just going gentle because I don't want to blow me colours all over the place. I want the colours to stay where they are. I'll do a bit more now. Now they've settled a bit, I can go a bit more into it. Let me set that up and just stand back across to the side of the room, see what I think of that. Let's put that there like that so I can see what that's doing. Right, let me just stand back across the room, have a look. That looks alright. Right. I'm gonna come in there and get all these bits. This is where this is going to be like a cluster of boats in here. So I've got to paint around all these bits to get this cluster of boats in. Up to the top of there, I might as well. There. Around all these bits, look. That's all my boats and stuff in there. Down there. Paint straight through all this picture of a boat. What I've wrote a picture of a boat in the middle there, but I'm going straight through that. That don't matter for now. Right, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go a bit thicker paint in there. A bit thicker paint. I'm going to put some dark paint in it as well, I think. In a second. There we are. Right, now I want some sort of dark paint to just sort of rip up a bit of that in there. Splodge it round. There's bits in there. Let's wash that brush now. And just have bits of that in. There. That's quite nice. There, like that. That'll do. Then spin it round and I'll get top of that hill. Thicken my paint up a bit. Using fairly thick paint now. You could use your bigger brush for this if you want. I'm using my detailing brush because I put all my detail in that bottom bit, so rather I use the old detailing brush. I think we're nearly done. We are. That's a background hill. That's going to be a load of boats in there. And tell you what, let's paint this wall in and all. This is going to be like a docking yard bit here. So I'll paint this in. Let's go. I think I like this. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is quite faint. Put that across up to there. Yeah, and that's quite faint. Nah. So I'll pull a bit down. Don't really think there's any need. Could do. Just pull a few bits down like that. I don't think there's much need to really. Just into the water like that, a few little bits. That'll do. Soften it off with a bit of water. I think because I've dripped some dark in there. I'm going to do that in there to make that wall look like there's all algae and stuff growing on it. Let's get that a little dry. I don't want it dripping in too much. Do it. Right, so I'll get a smaller, let's get a little smaller brush. Right, drip in there. Just some bit of like grubby colour. So if I pop a, in fact that's wet area first. Wet me area. And there, then pop a bit of this colour in. There. That's nice. That's good. And then I can wet my brush and take some back out again. So I don't want too much, you see. A bit in there. Across to there. Wet my brush. Drape it in. That's sad. I think I'm going to give that a little dry, then flip it over and do the same thing at bottom. That'll do it, ain't got to be bone dry for that bit. Same at bottom, some of that dark colouring. Just give it a little dampen all the way across to there, I think. Right. Pop that in across the bottom there. There. Just wet that bit. There. Now what, I'll spin it back round so it settles at the bottom this time. I'll have this bottom bit a bit stronger than the top bit. Hopefully that's going to look like a sort of grubby wall that's been damp and got a bit of cack all over it. Tell you what I'm going to do now. This brush, soften the bottom, a nice soft bottom. All through them bits, I'm not that bothered. Nice soft bottom, and just pop in a few reflections in there. I think this water's quite choppy. Just something like that, that'll do. There. That's that. Let's give that another gentle dry, I think. I've done that, put some bobs and bits in just to represent some. This is all little boats and stuff in here, so I just want it to look like all little boats and stuff. Let's go that way. So I'm just going to drop in like bits like that. Bits in there. Something like that. Join some bits up. I don't want it all the same. Something like that. It's all me boats and stuff. Let's have a look what we got. So some bits in here what could be like bottom bit of a boat or something. Something like that. I don't know. Don't look bad at that. Right. Then, tell you what, I'm going to get some really thick dark paint. Some of that orange in it to darken it. Really thick dark paint. And just get some tiny little low lights in places. Not too much. Got to think this, it's a long way away. Some of them bits on there, I'll just dab with my finger like that. What's that? Right, I'm going to give that a little dry. Then I'm going to get a mega thin paint. It's what you can only just sort of see. And just blop in some, shade in a few more bits, leaving some white highlights in there. There, like that. You'll barely see that when that dries. Wondering whether to go a tiny bit darker on these bits. Let's do that. Tiny bit more in there. That'll do. And a bit of water to soften it in. Yeah, something like that. Get a smaller brush. I think I'm going to do the same at top. Tiny bit more in. A bit of water, soften it all. See, it's like dripping down in places like that. Some more water. Just. Give that a dab. Oh, what looks slightly strong. Yeah, dab in it. A tiny bit more. Just in. There. Get that a dab. Dab and you can smudge it down with your finger on. Oh, that works good. There. Right, so that's that. Yeah. Get that a little dry. So that's mainly a lesson on how to paint a sky, really, and then a background hill, so you learn how to do that and all. This is going to be a cluster of boats when it's done. If you look at that from a distance, I'm going to put all the sails sticking up. I've got some little posts here to put in, and some reflections in water here and that. Little boat there wants putting in. And then I'm going to put some sea in, and then I'm going to paint all this boat in. So if you want to see me don't rest on it, watch this space in it. See you on beach!